Okay, boys and girls, it's time for me to be reunited with my heart. And we have Dr. Roberts here, and we're going to do this a little old school with a bottle of Purell and a... Take this pencil. I need gloves.
Sit down.
I need gloves. Yeah. We'll be here in a second. Oh, my God. Okay. Okay. Gloves. Actually, we might have to... Go this way a little bit. We're going to be both here. Okay, I'll go this way. So we're here. It's under this cloth right here. You can't see it right now, but that doesn't really matter. I'm so excited. I'm really excited. Okay. Okay, sweetie, time to see you.
You ready?
I'm ready. Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay.
you click the picture.
First expression picture.
Yeah, before and after.
Okay.
Okay.
Aw, she's not that sick looking. She's kind of little.
Well, your left ventricle is certainly, it's all right.
Wait, let's angle this one for a second so they can see me.
In hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, you don't get any impression of a cavity here.
Okay.
It's all muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the problems in cutting these hearts is finding the cavity.
That's why I sent it to you.
It's so
tiny.
It's so tiny. Now you know what this is.
That's fat.
Yeah, and you don't want to put too much on this new heart.
No, that's why I go to the gym 4 times a week now.
Well, the best exercise are push-aways.
Yeah, from the table.
We're
going to do that.
Dr. Roberts?
Okay, are you ready for...
Wait, I want to hold her. Wait, we got to hold her.
Okay. Oh, yeah, stand up for this.
Okay, whoa. Okay, we're going to go up here.
And sort of put it right where it belongs. Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
That's good.
This is crazy.
Let me get one with them. May I get one with them?
Absolutely.
Let me get a couple.
That's good. Okay.
She's not as heavy as I thought she was. She felt heavier in the hospital, probably because she was filled with blood.
Well, it's all muscle.
But this is really dense. That's like hard.
Dense.
That's really hard.
Dense. Well,
Is that normal when they're dead?
This arrests, it's very hard to resuscitate.
Yeah.
It's just muscle.
This is crazy, people.
A dilated cardiomyopathy, is all cavity. You're all muscle here.
Yeah. This is so exciting.
Okay, now, if you put your finger in the aortic valve here,
Okay.
now be careful so you don't want to rip one of the cusps, but get it in the center and then push toward
This is
left
so weird.
ventricle.
Oh.
This muscle
it's
is
a
right
rock.
there, is a rock.
Oh, wow.
The cavity,
Just there's no cavity.
that's right.
It's
You can't
all
feel-
muscle.
It's all muscle.
It actually feels like a rock in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no wonder she wasn't happy.
Okay. Now, do it from the mitral valve, the left atrium here, and you can get into the cavity a little bit better there. You're going through the mitral valve. So you do feel the cavity here,
Yeah.
but in the outflow tract,
But even,
that muscle was right
not that
there.
I've done this very often, but it still feels like,
It's a very small
thick.
cavity,
Yeah.
no question.
Well, no wonder I felt like crap.
Oh,
Oh.
well, it's your ejection fraction went down.
I blunted at about 50, but I still was maintaining at about 50, 45, 50.
Oh, you were.
But I
The
had
ejection fraction.
the ejection fraction, but my index was 1.4.
So it was low.
So I had no volume.
At one time, so often you have a super contraction. I mean,
When
you're
I was-
working against itself.
When I was young, my EF was in the 70s.
Yeah, okay.
I had a gradient of 90. Oh my God, that's a really big
Oh,
knife.
this is the sharpest knife in the world.
Ugh. I don't want to get hit. There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best to make a good cut here. It's not particularly. Have you photographed this?
Not the outside, no. Would you like me to photograph the outside?
Sure.
Yeah.
And can we weigh it too?
Oh, yeah,
Let's see
yeah.
how much she weighed. Not that much.
340.
That's actually light.
Normal heart.
We'll go up to 4.
Normal heart in a woman. Before 1980 was under 300.
Oh, really? Okay.
But now,
We're bigger.
yeah.
You guys enjoying this?
We want to get a good record.
This is crazy. So that was a new experience. I went to get some equipment in the other room. So my heart rate 340 grams, which wasn't really that heavy, and it feels like the muscle actually feels like a rock. It's really, really hard. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I know. This is scary. This knife is crazy sharp. I'm not touching anything but the handle. No. 340.
No, it's already been photographed.
Okay, we got pictures. I brought my camera too, but I think I'm just going to trust your cameras.
Let's wait. Yeah, that's.
Because
This
I'm
is
going
the
to focus
cut.
on my baby.
Okay.
I guess I probably shouldn't have had so much, fatty foods, because that's got a lot of fat on the outside of that heart. Although that's common, isn't it?
Yeah, but you don't want to get quite so much on the new one.
I'm not going to do that. My heart's only 31 years old, so by statistics now, I think I'm only 39.
Okay, now, see, this is a blind cut.
There should be some scar visible on my mitral valve, too. I had endocarditis 27 years ago.
Oh, you did?
I did. I threw a clot, had a stroke, almost died from that one.
Oh.
This little bugger's tried to kill me a couple of times.
Okay. Okay, please be just right.
Oh my goodness. Okay, my new heart is pounding right now. This is crazy. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Holy cow.
So look at your ventricular septum.
Look at the scar.
How much thicker it is than this left ventricular free wall.
Oh, wait, people, you gotta see this. This is amazing. Wait, am I getting it? Yeah, there we go. Wow, that looks
yeah.
thicker than my echo showed.
Now, your papillary muscles here are scarred.
Are they?
Yeah, see that?
Uh-huh.
Now, the papillary muscles, which hold the mitral valve, they're the last area of the heart to be perfused with blood.
Okay.
Because these are perfused by blood which is coming out of this artery, has to go all the way down here, through the thickness of the LV, then turn uphill.
Oh.
So the pap muscle here is thicker, is longer than the thickness it has to go through.
Oh.
So this is not perfused by blood inside the cavity. It's perfused
from
by
the wall.
blood
Coming
that
through the
is
wall.
coming from the outside and then up. You do have scarring in the septum here.
I can see that.
But look how much thicker your septum is than the free wall.
That is not what the measurement showed on my echo. Let's measure that out and see what we're at.
Oh,
Because I'm curious.
I'm going to measure not there, but here.
Okay.
And
Oh my
this is
God.
about 2.7, and this is about 1.6 or 7, 1.6.
Well, I have to tell you, people, I was always told my septal measurement was between 19 and 21. I'm really confused right now.
Now, The other thing is, you see this white plaque here?
Yeah.
This is absolutely characteristic of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. See that white in there?
Yeah.
And that's because your anterior mitral leaflet is hitting it. That's the SAM.
Right.
That's the anatomic equivalent of SAM, that white.
Okay.
It's hitting it.
It's smacking on it.
Smacking on it.
So I was obstructed until I was about 21, 22. Then I had the endocarditis, and there was scar that was visible on the echo on the anterior leaflet of the mitral valve.
It's thickened.
It's thickened.
Yeah.
And that actually stopped me from being obstructed. So I was obstructed as a child, and as an adult I was not. I don't recommend the therapy, endocarditis therapy. But, so it's a thickened mitral valve.
See how thick it is? So you probably had vegetation over here.
I did. That's exactly where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is residual of infection. But one of the problems here is the left ventricular cavity is so small, it's difficult to accommodate the mitral valve.
Yeah.
Okay, now if we look at this,
I'm completely
the
shocked
other
at the
side.
thickness. Okay, so wait, where are we cutting now? Wait, what?
This is right atrium through the tricuspid valve.
So we're going to go into, how many pieces are we going to turn her into?
Well, you want to.
I want to be able to see this when it's plastinized.
Okay, this is from the right side. You can't see anything now,
Right.
but this will give you a view of the right atrium
And
and,
the-
right
So when we're done,
ventricle.
we'll have 3 pieces of heart.
Yeah.
And he'll
yeah.
plastinize the 3 pieces.
Well, no, you just want a plaster size plaster. What plaster?
It's plastinization, so the whole unit is going to be,
Okay.
they're going to dehydrate
But
this?
I would do the central portion. Both pap muscles are that way. See that?
Yeah, that's thick.
But that white is scar. So the
No wonder
the
she
distal half of both pap muscles are scarred.
Wow. Okay.
That's unusual.
Great. I mean, usual. I want to be usual.
Okay. Now I think this is an appropriate cut to do.
I'm trusting you,
Okay.
literally with my heart. That is a really sharp knife.
Okay. Now I need the small one. I'm sorry.
Small scalpel?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my right ventricle there?
This is your right ventricle, but you'll see it better in a moment. Okay. Thank you.
2.7. That is crazy. I can't wait to tell the Marins. Okay, just for the record, my hands are shaking. And it's not the tacrolimus this time.
You don't mind if we take pictures here, do you?
You take as many pictures as you want.
Okay, and is it proper to send them to Barry?
You can send everything to Barry. He'll love it.
Yeah, okay.
He thinks I'm a little insane for doing this. All right, it is a little unique. You got it.
We do heart viewings all the time, just we don't cut in front of them, but
Yeah, you're first.
you're definitely a first.
Those are very valuable pictures you're taking.
I know,
so-
and I want the world to be able to understand HCM, which is why I've decided to procure my baby.
I think it's great. Okay.
We're not going to use those pieces.
Well, this just gives a view.
So that my
Uh,
they pulled my pacer leads out, I see,
okay, your pacer.
and defibrillator leads out.
Your pacer though.
Left that
Let me
scar in the
see it.
tricuspid.
Well, there was the sheath, the natural sheath over the pacer. I saw it a moment ago. Where was it? I saw it.
Be careful with that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That little.
Well, now this is your right coronary artery here.
Is it really?
That's nice.
I did good. I kept something okay.
It's good.
It's nice and open.
Yeah, okay, here it is right here.
Well, some people do casts when you're alive. He just sticks pins in it.
Okay, so you can be happy that your coronaries,
We're good.
yeah, that's good. And your right is dominant, and
What does
that
that
it
mean?
goes all the way around to the back of the heart.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here it is. This is the sheath. See, the body produces this
That scarring.
this scarring.
Yeah.
And it's collagen, it's scar tissue, but it's pure scar tissue. So this is the natural covering that the body produces
Protects itself
over
with.
the pacemaker.
Neat.
Okay. I think this can be a little bit better.
I bet you're really good at cutting fillet.
Okay, and now we want a little more down here. Okay.
Whoa.
So now
okay. Now I see it.
Now you see the cavity down here better.
How does my right side look? Is that normal or
Well,
abnormal?
the wall is a bit thickened.
Really?
The most common cause of right ventricular thickening is left ventricular thickening.
Okay.
So almost always when the left ventricular wall gets thick, the RV wall gets thicker than normal. But now this is an interesting cut, I think, because you see the pacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
You had two put in.
You're right. I did.
They're the two.
Mm-hmm.
Double whammy.
Mhm.
Shotgun. Perfect. You've got the tricuspid valve here. The coronary artery. This is the right going around to here.
So that's still the right coronary.
Yes,
Okay.
both of these. You've got the two pacemakers there. The
Tricuspid valve look
cavity
like
is-
it have any damage from those wires being in there so long?
Actually, it looks pretty doggone good.
Okay, good.
This is a speck thick compared to this, but you did okay there. But this is the money side here.
That is.
And let's see, what's that? Nothing. Okay, your aortic valve is. You've got a little thrombus here in this. See that cusp there? See that?
Yeah.
You had a little thrombus in there.
Well, what the hell did I do that for?
I've never seen that before in hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Yeah.
Why would I throw a thrombus there? Maybe it happened at the time of transplant? Is it?
I've not seen that before. Okay.
Maybe that's why it took a turn so hard at the end? Oh.
I don't know. But this is clearly, you didn't develop ever aortic regurgitation, did you?
Not that I'm aware of. I've not seen it on any of my echoes.
Okay.
Or could it be old?
So what was your age when you had the transplant?
48.
48. And when did you become symptomatic?
12.
12. And your biggest symptom was shortness of breath.
Yes.
And what about swelling of your legs?
Not as bad. I would hold fluid in my thighs and in my chest. And a little bit in the abdomen, but I never had a lot of ankle swelling or hand swelling. It was always a little bit, but that wasn't my major problem.
Did you sleep flat in bed at night?
I bought an adjustable bed so I could raise my head.
So So if you didn't have an adjustable bed, you'd have slept on
Pillows.
2 or 3
3
pillows.
pillows, yeah.
3 pillows,
Yeah.
probably.
Because I could not breathe laying flat.
Okay.
I had to be upright.
One of the good things about tricuspid regurgitation, you didn't have any because there's no dilatation here.
Right.
From here to here. This RV is not dilated at all, just like the LV.
Okay.
Often when people develop regurgitation on the right side, it sort of relieves that congestion in the lung, so they can sleep flat.
Okay. So that would have compensated for the poor flow.
Exactly.
So without that there's no compensation, and so you're going to
That's
get
right.
more short of breath.
And you get it only on the left side of the heart. Now, maybe we should trim this just a speck.
Well, this is going to get famous. So, you know what I forgot to do? Damn it. We could probably still do it, I hope. I forgot to make the 3D image. I was going to throw it through a CAT scan. So I can make 3D images of it. I completely forgot about that. That was not smart of me.
You know, it's a plus and minus. You see the mitral valve quite nicely, but if that's trimmed, you get the edge touching this. You see this whiteness here?
Mm-hmm.
This is the same. You see Sam right there. Bam.
Mm-hmm. Sam existed.
So maybe the best thing. Are we going to keep this for a while?
Are you going to take it with you?
No, I'm not taking it with me. It has to go back up to him. I want to have it ready for the summit in October, and he needs 2 months with it.
Oh, well, we'd be done
Yes.
next week.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can, yeah.
I think
It just has to
the
fit.
best thing to do is to photograph this as it is, and then let me trim that.
Just a little trim off of there.
Yeah.
You're going to do a mitral valve repair while we're here?
The unusual feature here is this is the thickness of your septum.
I have to say,
without any gradient.
I am absolutely awestruck at how thick it is. I was always told, oh, it's not really the thickness that's your problem. It's just stiff. It's just stiff. How did they not get this measurement in my echoes? And I wasn't able to have an MRI because I had the device in.
Oh,
And
look,
I had an abandoned lead.
Look, I'm not sure, but this also is a little. This needs to be trimmed.
Where are we? Atria?
Yeah.
But my atria was pretty small for HCM. I never really went over 4 on any echo measurement. It doesn't look that big there.
No, it isn't.
No, so it's
It's dilated,
it is.
but it's not big dilated. Yeah, we've got to cut this off. See, that much.
Yep, that's fine.
Now, this cut, Lisa, for your information, is an absolute direct anterior to posterior cut.
Okay.
So this is immediately under your sternum, your
Right.
breastbone.
Mhm.
So if you do the echo,
You're cutting right through.
you are coming right through the RV outflow tract.
Mm-hmm.
Ventricular septum, anterior mitral leaflet, posterior leaflet, LV free wall. That's the echo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you turn the echo beam up this way,
Right.
you get RV aortic valve left atrium.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now,
I have seen that on echo so many times, but to see it in front of you, it's a completely different phenomenon.
but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what the echo sees.
And the apex does the apex. Why does it look so much darker here? Is that because it's actually good muscle? It looks darker to me.
It's probably just the way it feels.
Well,
Yeah.
I
It's
think there are
also
probably
frozen.
2 reasons. It fixed better here
Right.
than it did here.
Gotcha. So we're seeing scarring here, scarring
The
there.
scarring, a lot of scarring there. And then all that white stuff in the septum was scars.
Scars. Absolutely amazing.
So you had, in a way, a little percutaneous alcohol injection.
In a sense,
In a slight sense.
but I also had a mitral clip of the natural form because I stiffened the mitral valve.
You had a mitral.
No, I'm like thinking of it as such by that scar tissue on the anterior leaflet of the mitral valve. That's why I don't have obstruction. I was obstructed before the mitral valve got thickened and stiffened. You could actually see my old echo where I'd flop back, and after the endocarditis, it didn't flop anymore.
One of the infection on the mitral valve in hypertrophic cardiomyopathy can rupture these cords.
Right.
But yours looked pretty good intact.
So I pretty much had therapeutic endocarditis.
That's right.
Isn't that crazy?
But often in that condition, you produce mitral regurgitation so that your cavity dilates.
But it didn't happen.
I don't know what's the matter with you.
It was a therapy. I gave myself therapy.
Now, the other thing, I would plasticize only this with so you can see it on this side and this side.
So it doesn't work that way. The entire muscle is going to be dehydrated and injected with this plastic resin that takes
so
the
you
whole
won't see the
thing.
muscle anymore.
You'll see the whole thing. Have you ever seen the Body Works exhibit?
Yeah, but you don't want to do that one.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, because what I'll end up doing, hold on people, I'm going to put you over here for a minute. What I'll end up doing is when I get her back, we'll be able to hold it like this, and the fact that this is open is fine, because I'll say, and this is what HCM looks like. And I'll be able to physically show, here's the outside of the heart, and it'll look like a whole heart, and then I'll go, bop, that's HCM. And I'll be able to explain to people what it is. And I'll have a anatomic plastic heart of like a normal heart to show the difference between, this is way too thick. So, that's my baby.
Hey, let me ask you, we have a conference every Monday with the cardiology fellows and house officers. You don't mind if we show them your heart?
Absolutely.
Do that again with the open heart.
My baby. I'm very impressed that she lasted as long as she did, looking at her like this.
I don't know.
That's kind of amazing. Kind of amazing.
Well, as you know,
So wait, what am I? So here I'm looking at.
that's backwards.
This
is the way it is.
Right, that's the way it is. So if I'm looking here, this is
Mitral valve.
This is the mitral
left
valve.
Atrium.
Left atrium.
That's
the
RV
right side.
outflow
Right.
tract.
Okay. God, it's so hard. It's really hard.
Well, it's a little less hard
Well, yeah, it's
during life.
so over
You're
here.
feeling formaldehyde.
Well, true.
Fixation too.
Where are you measuring to?
Oh, that's not a good one.
That's not a good one.
Here, here I would measure. This is part of what's called moderator band.
Right.
If you go from there to there,
Well, the moderator band makes it 3,
you're pretty close to 3.
but without the moderator band,
Without the moderator band, you're about 2.5.
2.5-ish.
And this is about 1.5, 2.5 to 1.5.
Yeah, over
That's
here you're.
fair.
Yeah. And is this a normal positioning for the?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But they're just
They-
scarred.
They're very scarred. I've never seen scarred papillary muscles like this. No, except that's not quite true. I've seen it one other time, and this was in a woman who was 23 years of age,
Wow.
and her heart weighed 1,360 grams, 4 times what your heart weighed.
So.
And
yeah.
what happened in her coronaries were clean as a whistle, but her heart muscle was so big,
Just took up the cavity.
wall.
Yeah.
although the coronaries got bigger, they couldn't perfuse them. And so the blood going through here and up the papillary, they just couldn't make it.
Couldn't make it.
So her papillary muscles were severely scarred. But for years, that was the biggest heart I'd ever seen.
Until I sent you Jeremy's. 1,461.
Approximately.
Approximately. I still have pictures of that, and I still think of him often. That was an amazing gift that family gave, to call me within hours of his death and say, you know, what do we do now? I'm like, well, do you want to donate it? And we ended up having one of the largest hearts ever organized there. Well, boys and girls, this has been my heart. And this is an amazing, surreal experience. And I'm going to grab my camera now and take a couple pictures for myself. And I thank you for joining us, and share this so you can show your families what hypertrophic cardiomyopathy looks like. And I'll hold this up one more time so you get a really good view. That was what kept me living for 48 years. How? I'm not exactly sure right now, but it did its job. And here's that scar that we were talking about in the papillaries. And if you look real closely at all that white stuff, that's scar too. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Thank you for all of your assistance. I'm going to take part of the glove off, and I'm going to hit finish. Bye, guys.